Hey guys, welcome back to Think Beautiful, the channel where I discuss all of the debacles of Mr. and Mrs. Meghan Markle or Meghan Sussex or who even knows anymore and who actually even cares. We'll just say whatever we feel like. In today's episode, I want to talk about their Portugal home that they allegedly paid for late last year. Because, in my opinion, with the loss of Netflix, they are going to have to say adios, Portugal. There is no way they are going to be able to pay for this thing now. This is crazy because, of course, we got this article. You guys all know about this. I've done a video on this already, and no doubt you've heard about it. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's $100 million Netflix deal won't be renewed. I mean, this slide just needs a bit more joy, I feel like. Let's throw some confetti on that. Woohoo! It is over. It is done. Netflix have got a little bit of credibility, just a tiny little bit. I'm sure they could have done things a little bit better, but let's see if they can redeem themselves fully, because they could just leave the comments on again on the YouTube trailer. Let's find out if that happens. But yeah, I also just wanted to share with you, because this is such fantastic news. We just need to relish the moment just for one more minute, because I saw this on X and I want to share this with you. If you haven't seen this, this is how you use AI. Check this out. Oh my goodness. That is spectacular. That is how you do that. I wish I could do that. That is so, so good. I mean, again, that needs to win an award. There are some really, really good articles out there. There should be some kind of recognition for these people. But that is from this account here. This one here, go and give it a follow. The Sussex Squad Retard Finder. I'm not sure about the title, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess. But that is hilarious. So we all just need to share that, I think. That is so, so good. But let's get back to this episode because, like I said, they purchased a pad in Portugal. There's quite a few P's in that sentence. And I don't think they're going to be able to afford this. Surely they are going to need to get their deposit back. And I think it might be too late, because this was the article we got late last year. It was an exclusive, which means that Harry and Meghan probably told them all about it. And certainly they didn't deny this. So I have to think that this is accurate. Harry and Meghan buy a holiday home in Europe after Charles asked them to give up their British base, Frogmore Cottage. Okay, now this came out in late October. Now, this is just my opinion, but I believe Meghan got a little bit excited after Netflix came on board, because I think Netflix decided to partner with Meghan. I mean, probably under duress, but nevertheless, around September, because in September, that is when she started to apply for all of her trademarks. So you can see here, this is straight off the trademark website. This was for basically everything except the kitchen sink. She put everything in there, even garden hoses. I mean, she just put absolutely anything she could think of. Even alcohol, by the way, which, as we know, she doesn't actually sell alcohol, but she can use the trademark. So this was about that time. So that's why I think they thought, oh, we've got so much money coming in. We are going to be rich. I'm going to be telling everyone how to live a lifestyle just like I do in Montecito. People are going to love it. Oh, they're going to love my balloon arches and my pretzels in a bag. And of course, they're going to love my bath salt recipe. Everyone's going to be doing it. Everyone's going to love me. Yeah, not so much, Meghan. Not so much. So that's just what I think. That's why I believe the timing lines up around September, October last year. But let's have a look at this article, shall we? When the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were evicted, that's a great term, from their cottage at Windsor by King Charles, they were left, oh, get your violins out. They are left without a home in this country. Oh my goodness, how upsetting. Gee, they're only millionaires. I mean, honestly, what a victim sentence is that? The California based couple have, however, ensured that they retain a foothold on this side of the Atlantic. Meghan absolutely has a foothold. Okay, I can tell you that. The Daily Mail understands that Prince Harry and Meghan have bought a home in Portugal. Well, I wonder why they did that. Let me tell you why they did that. They are not the only royals who have a Portuguese property. With Harry's cousin and possibly former bestie, I don't know that they're good friends anymore, Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank, they own a home in the Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club, a luxury development of 300 properties by the sea in Milides, south of the Portuguese capital, Lisbon. Right? So Meghan and Harry, maybe over a glass of Beano, had a bit of a chat with Eugenie and Jack and decided to basically move in next door to them in Portugal. So they have purchased a property in this development, this Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club. Now, there, of course, is a link. Jack Brooksbank doesn't just buy things willy nilly, okay? He knows what he's doing because he works in marketing and sales for Costa Terra. Okay, so he got a good deal on this thing. So he, Eugenie, and their two sons, August and Ernest, split their time between Portugal and London. So here is a photo of the family taken, I don't know exactly when. Is that Archie or is that August? I can't be sure. We don't really know. But I don't think we're going to see a picture like that of Meghan and Harry. I just don't. I don't think they're going to make it to Portugal, you guys. This can't happen. They've got no money. The purchase of the home in Portugal may have allowed the Sussexes to acquire a so called golden visa, under which they would have visa free access to the European Union's Schengen area. Now, I don't think Meghan cares about Europe, to be honest. I think she would just go there for the weather, work on her tan. I don't think she really cares about living anywhere except the US. That's just my opinion. This could have been a major attraction to Meghan, who is a US citizen. When the couple got engaged in November 2017, Kensington Palace said Meghan would apply for British citizenship in due course, with a spokesman confirming that she will go through the process, which takes a number of years. Now, I don't believe for 1 second that Meghan had any intention of getting her British citizenship. I just don't. She knew she was going to get out of there as soon as he put that ring on, or basically she put her own ring on because she couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done on the day. She had to grab it and force it on her own fat finger. But I don't believe she ever even bothered to fill out the paperwork. And if she did, I'm sure she didn't sign it because she does that all the time. And I'm sure she would have just tried to delay the whole process. She didn't even want it to go through. However, she eventually abandoned her bid to become a British citizen. Surprise, surprise, she abandons everything in her life after she and her husband left the country, that should say, fled the country in March 2020, less than 2 years after their wedding. Now, that's a long time. Meghan must have been really pushing Harry. 2 years, I'm sure she was thinking it would be like 6 months. But anyway, he held on for 2 years. So this is what the houses could look like. I think this is a bit of one of those brochures, because they're still building these things. And I'm going to show you, I actually think these might be ready pretty soon. But that's what they could be living in. Who knows? This could be the new Casa Sussex. I don't think that looks kid friendly at all. Certainly, that's not very private. I can see straight into that bedroom. Ooh, disgusting. We don't need to see that. Now, as I said, there is a link here with Jack Brooksbank. But let's have a look at who is actually building this property, what the company is all about. Okay, so the company that is building this property is Discovery Land Company. It was founded in 1994 by Mike Meldman. So I'm going to tell you a bit about him. He is a US based real estate developer and operator of private residential communities and resorts with a world renowned portfolio of domestic and international properties. Okay. He is very, very rich, basically. And yeah, so he hangs out with Jack. So Jack works for this guy. Okay. Now, this is what Mike looks like. Here he is. This is from his Wikipedia page. And you can actually see here very clearly that he is the founder and chairman of Discovery Land Company and one of the three founders of Casamigos Tequila with George Clooney and Randy Gerber. Okay, so those three are tight. Look at them, the three amigos there. So no wonder Meghan wants to be associated with people like this. I mean, this is just all part of her plan, worming her way into these circles. Now, these guys obviously sold Casamigos for a very, very large sum because when you're rich like this, you just want to be richer, I guess. I don't know. But they sold this thing for $1 billion, if you believe this article. And of course, Diageo bought them out because that's just what Diageo does. Okay. If you are threatened by another company that is similar, you're going to buy them out. Okay. They also bought out Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him. What do we call him now? I feel like we just call him Sean Combs these days. Anyway, don't get on the wrong side of Diageo. Let me tell you that for free. My goodness. But yeah, so Diageo bought them out. Similar to what Meghan's hoping with her As Ever brand. No one's buying that out. It is not a threat to any company. Any kind of jam company, they're just laughing. They're like, let's just watch this thing go down the toilet. Literally, you need to pour it down the toilet. But there you go. So that is a bit about this company. Now, they also have a focus on sustainability, which is kind of laughable because they are trying to sell you a dream, I guess, that you're kind of in this space and it's so natural and, oh, it's so eco friendly and all this kind of stuff, right? This is all off their website. This is a sales website, okay? They're going to tell you what they want you to believe. But in reality, when you read actually how this development is coming together, the Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club has been under development by Discovery Land Company since 2019. The project involves transforming, as in bulldozing, okay, removing a 700-acre forested area into a luxury residential community with a focus on integrating natural beauty and sustainability, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they are basically just bulldozing really, really lovely areas of Portugal and just bringing in the rich people. That's all this is, okay? Now, it's just hilarious, honestly. Now, this is where it is you can easily fly in someone's private jet. I don't know, either Tyler Perry's. He might be a bit busy these days. I'm not sure he's picking up the phone to Meghan Markle. Probably she doesn't want to call him right now. Of course, Oprah, she must have a private jet or two or three. Or, of course, Jamie Kern Lima. Can I borrow your jet, Jamie Kern Lima? Just need to take a quick 6-hour flight across to Portugal. Okay, so it's really nowhere near where they are unless they had a base in New York. Harry, I think, might have a base in New York. I just get that feeling. Anyway, is this development ready? So they just started in 2019. Do you think Harry and Meghan could maybe get their deposit back? Because they are going to need that money. They cannot go through with this deal. Well, I think it might be too late because as you can see here, according to reports from late 2021, much of the club comprising amenities like restaurant, etc., was projected to be operational by 2022. So that's already done. Okay, they're already That's all done. That's finished. The private championship golf course, okay, because that's quite a big feature of this development, that's already opened. That opened last year. And as of October 2024, news sources confirmed that the first homes within the resort were expected to be completed by summer 2025. So that's now. So the first lot is basically ready now. I don't know which lot they bought into. Of course, I don't have that information. It's very hard to find any information on this website unless you want them to send you an email. I'm not going to do that. I mean, you're not really going to pretend to be Meghan Markle or Harold or whoever asking about, how are things going down there. Like, I'm not going to do that. But basically, this place is nearly ready. They are not getting a refund from what I can see. They're going to have to sell this, in my opinion. So here's another picture of what it could look like. It does look a little bit like their place, to be honest. But of course, they're going to need a huge fence because it's all about security, which I don't understand because once again, we know where they're going to be living. Like, this is just craziness. Now, as I mentioned with the sustainability side of things, the people of Portugal are not happy with this development. Are you surprised? Okay, they're basically taking away nature and just bringing in the rich people. Okay, so the Portuguese people are up in arms because we got this. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Lux 4.7 mil, which they need that right now, Portugal vacation compound slammed by priced out locals. Typical greed situation. Of course it is. Portuguese locals are up in arms about a luxurious new vacation compound where Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have reportedly snapped up a beachfront property. The Sussexes are said to have splashed out because they thought they had the money. They no longer have the money on one of 300 soon to be constructed residences of the 722-acre Costa Terra Golf and Ocean Club, a lavish development near the small town of Melildes, about 31 miles south of Lisbon. The Mirror reports that properties inside the compound start at a whopping $4.7 million. They do not have this money. Until recently, Portuguese law made it illegal to restrict access to public beaches, but now particular stretches of sand are deemed private, according to the Daily Record, and locals are livid. Milady's local Bradley McGuinness told the outlet that it was the worst thing to happen to the Portuguese coast and a typical greed situation. Taking land and property from locals who have been enjoying it for years. He fumed. They are not happy, kind of like the residents of Montecito. They're not happy with these two. Another local expressed dismay at the Lux new compound, saying, "I'm very upset by this massive piece of Portuguese land development for the rich, removed from the average local that had been creating memories in this place for generations and generations." Resident Diana Queres said, "I have been going to this place for years, camped there several times, and because of this company, this is no longer possible." Costa Terra is part of Discovery Land Company, an enterprise founded by Mike Meldman, who, along with George Clooney, invested in the billion-dollar tequila company Casamigos. So we already know that. So the locals are not happy. This is the stretch of beach. They want to be able to go there. I mean, I thought Harry was all about sustainability. Okay, sustainability does not mean bulldozing natural wildlife habitats, what have you, and building these ridiculous houses for the rich. That is just not aligned. And don't you recall that Meghan Markle says that she only invests in projects? I mean, you'd say this is investing. Only invest in projects that align with her values. What values do you have, Meghan Markle? Please tell me. Can you guys tell me in the comments what kind of values she has? Because I couldn't name one, honestly. Meghan and Harry also have a family connection with the company. Okay, so we already know Jack Brooksbank is the husband of Princess Eugenie. He works for the company. Okay, so they've got a way in. Brooksbank and Eugenie already divide their time between London and Portugal. And according to the Mirror, the Discovery Land Company has been developing the area since 2019. The website describes the Golf and Ocean Club as the ideal luxury getaway for families seeking an authentic lifestyle. Let's see if they can find it in Portugal. Well, they're not going, but authenticity and Meghan Markle and Harry don't really go together. They want a authentic lifestyle focused coastal residential community. Now, those two don't really get into community either, by the way. They like to say the word, but they don't really get involved in the community. So here's one of the beaches as well, straight off the website. And can I see something? There's something in the corner there. What is that? Let's just zoom in on that. What is that? Oh, there we go. 2026. Meghan Markle has written off 2025, I think. I think she's all about 2026. She's writing it in the sand again, and I can tell that's her. Let's get that off the screen. So there you go, guys. Adios, Portugal, because clearly these two are in a world of pain right now. They cannot afford this thing. What were they thinking? They are now completely broke. Broke, broke, broke. They cannot afford that. I'm sorry, you two, but it's too late. It's nearly ready. It's going to be built. Looks like, Harry, you're going to be living out in Portugal for quite some time on your own. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe, and I'll keep these videos coming. Thank you. Bye.